reason I thought that it needed to be written really came from doing all the celebrity TV shows, and I met and got to connect with so many celebrities that once they were kicked off the show, they had no idea how to reconnect with their husbands and their wives and their kids, and they really struggled. They went through depression, and they went through everything that professional skaters also go through when they try to leave the road. And it was interesting to see because they were only in it for 3 or 4 months, whereas we've been in it for 5 to 10 years, sometimes even 15, before we decide to retire. And to watch them be brought into something, into a very closed-off world, and to see them thrive, and then to see them be kind of kicked out, moved on, pushed out, and the struggle emotionally that they went through, it made sense to me that this story needed to be told, and that so many people would understand what those celebrities went through during that time. It's a story that needs to be told. It's a story that's never been told, not truthfully, not in any shape, way, or form has it been truthfully told. But it's a captivating story about a lot of really interesting people that find themselves in the most unlikely place. Actually, creating the characters was the hardest part of this novel in the beginning stages, because they all had to be fiction. So I had to create all these personalities, and obviously I drew from the people that I knew and that I loved and cared about. But I really had to sit in and come up with backstories to every character, so that as I told the story, they were very real. There was an authenticity that jumped off the page. I think the biggest surprise by far wasn't actually the writing process, but trying to get published, trying to find representation, agents. It's a dying industry where there's not a lot of money to be made, and agents are overwhelmed and swamped with just an overflow of manuscripts, and they all want something different. It's a really bizarre industry. I definitely don't envy the role that they have. There definitely was fear in the beginning when I was writing it, because you don't know how people are going to interpret it. But as far as what people are going to think of it, I know skaters are going to absolutely love it. It's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful story. It's got a lot of plot twists and turns that you can't see coming. What do I think people will say? They're definitely going to be shocked by how well written it is. I think the biggest thing people are going to say is, I want to go see an ice show now. That was, in the back of my mind, that was the biggest thing, is, the ice show and the figure skating world has been in such a decline in popularity, for many reasons, over the last 10 years. And I wanted to write a book that kind of captured the 80s and the 90s and the time when figure skating was one of the most popular sports, and really capture what was amazing about it and bring people into that. And I want people to say, I want to go see an ice show. I think that's what they'll say. I think this really kind of shines a truthful light onto a side of it all that the general public has never really seen and will fall in love with and want to get into it. Want to go see an ice show.